All right, this is the You Are the Church podcast, man. I am here with my esteemed colleagues. You know what I'm saying? Got Jeezy G, got my partner Trey on the line, and we got Dre Ali on the line. And anybody else
Yeah.
comes in a little bit later, man, will be welcome to participate in a nice discussion.
Welcome.
To the peoples.
This is gonna be part one of two, man, on reparations. A very interesting topic. Bob Johnson came out right after the George Floyd incident and said, you know what, $15 trillion is our worth. We want the check. So, first question of the night, man. Are you for reparations? And if you are, why?
I gotta correct something real quick. I'm gonna answer that too.
Sure.
But that actually that number, that 14, 15 trillion, that comes out to about 200,000 per family. You know what I'm saying? A black family. And on one of our previous podcasts, I think we had the numbers wrong. We was thinking it came out to like several million per family. But see, that would be something like one installment. You understand what I'm saying? And we would have several installments from there. But go. What's your original question?
I would have to do a fact check on that number. But you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Do the math. I'm telling you, do the math. It's something like 200, some between about 200,000 per family, bro.
Okay, I do the math on that
Yeah.
number, and yeah, we'll see how that comes out. We'll have that for next show. But since you kicked it off, G, are you for reparations and why?
Yes, I am for reparations. Out to the people. It's been a long time coming. We need it now. We needed it yesterday. You understand? All right. White people and black people are intimately entwined in this country, forcefully through slavery. Okay, but the fact is, for the most part, we love each other. Whether we want to realize that or not. White people don't want to live without black people. A lot of black people do not want to live without white people. This doesn't go for everybody, of course, but I'm talking, for the majority. This is kind of how it is, man. So what we're saying is with reparations is, okay, we can live peacefully together, but somebody has to right the wrongs of the past, so you won't always have one up on us. You see what I'm saying? You got a 500-year head start on education and economics and everything. So just help us out a little bit. It's no amount of money you can put on what you did. We all realize that, but at least give us a little something so we can catch up. You see us in these struggling conditions, and you still got your hounds, shooting us down, the police in the street, So, yeah, that's my rant right there, man.
No,
I'm saying I'm for reparations, and I think that it's long overdue. And
Peace.
they gotta cut the check. They gotta cut the check, man.
All right, bet. Hold on real quick here. Dre, man, you are next up on this question, man. Excuse me real quick. Let me plug you back into this conversation, man. So reparations, Dre. Let me know how you feel about it and why.
First of all, indeed, I'm for reparations to an extent, though, because like me and you were speaking on the other day, and we're going to get back into this, bring that back into the conversation. Reparations, for one, just like Jeezy said, the Caucasians, the Europeans were able to get a head start through education, through financial economics, through stability for their homes, health, and everything else. See what I'm saying? And we were the ones who ended up being the ones that basically, profit for it, made way for all that. We didn't receive anything, or our ancestors didn't receive anything, and they were slaves the whole time, indentured servitude. That whole the verbiage itself tells you what it is, indentured servitude. So, like how they were able to do what they did to Haiti when Haiti did the revolt, and they basically put the blockade on Haiti and stole the money from Haiti. Even that part is due to in the reparations. You see what I'm saying? How they put the blockade on Haiti. So that's just my little summary of it. But yeah, I'm for reparations and all that.
Blessings. Trey, my brother. Reparations, brother.
And you already know my answer. Damn right, I'm for reparations. Man, America's benefited from over 400 years of free Black labor in this country. Businesses, the biggest expenditure for businesses is human capital, is paying salaries, is taking care of their employees. Imagine how much money you can make with 100 employees that you only got to feed them scraps. That's what America did. America benefited off of hundreds of people slaving and not getting anything for it to create these ginormous companies. So America became a superpower. America became this great unrivaled nation off of the backs of our ancestors, the things that they did. Then they went on and took that money and created conglomerates that are too big to fail. They created the Walmarts that are you can't compete with because they'll operate at this big of a profit margin or at a loss and take their money and make their money somewhere else to drive you out of business. They'll put you in a position where you cannot win because their supply chain is already established. They're benefiting from economies of scale, and like they can set their price lower than you can set your price because they order in so many of those.
Right.
Reparations comes in and levels the playing field a little bit for us, and we're gonna talk about the dollar amount a little bit later. But man, they pay reparations to the Japanese Americans, they pay reparations to Native Americans, and they ain't did half as much to those people as they did to us. We've done way more than those peoples have done for the United States. The United States of America owes Black people reparations. Point blank, period.
Peace. All right. I think the next one we're gonna talk about right now, and it's going to you, GZG. Let me ask you, what would reparations do for you personally, man?
I think first and foremost, it would represent, the country that I love, acknowledging its wrongs that it did against our people, and damn, you slap a nigga in the face, at least you could say you sorry, you know what I'm saying? But you did a lot worse than just slap niggas in the face. But, and then from there, we can start building economic wealth amongst each other, and they know that. They they know we had Black Wall Street. They know we run businesses better than anybody. They know we have better, great minds in our community that are underused and underutilized. If they had the capital to get their ideas off the ground, come on, man. This is, we talking about a Black utopia.
Facts.
In my mind.
Facts. Got you. Appreciate your answer, G. Dre, you my brother. What would reparations do for you personally?
Well, first and foremost, reparations would do for me. It would do for me a lot because I would be doing for others even more. You see what I'm saying? And we already gonna have. So it would just make me feel like and able to, just build for the community in the stronghold of that, and not just being here in the reparations parts of America because I got family outside this country like y'all do too. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna reach out to those people and build bridges so that we could really have something established. You see what I'm saying? because at the end of the day, that's what we want. We want to have our own. And in a sense, the reparations would be a kickstart to what it would be the precursor. You know what I'm saying? And then we would end up have development, research and development for different things like that. You know, sustainability for our own community. I see that's what we could work with. So reparations, what it would do for me would be, it would do the same for everybody else, being able to, you know what I'm saying, build on the things that we don't really have, the tangible things that we're not really able to have. We in this everyday rat race, you know what I'm saying, hand to mouth. You see what I'm saying? It would eliminate that struggle. So we would be able to get back to our spirituality, different things like that, even though that may be an excuse, because just because you don't have money don't mean you shouldn't be spiritual. So at the end of the day, you should be able to bring all that together. You see what I'm saying? And I think it would be able to tie it even better.
I mean, it eases the tension of survival. To your point with spirituality, it's like your children are starving. You know, you're not really feeling very spiritual at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like you're asking somebody to have higher level morality, in survival mode. So morality and survival have never really worked very well together. You know,
they can't go hand in hand like that.
They typically don't go hand in hand. If somebody's choking you and holding you underwater and there's a knife used, but a moral thing would be to, I guess, not stab them. But pretty sure that fight or flight is going to kick in. You're going to do what you're going to have to do to survive. So that is one of the biggest games I think has ever been pulled on our people, is that we're in basic survival mode at all times, and you're going to ask us to be moral while we're trying to survive. But, you know, another topic, another time, man. Appreciate your answer, Dre.
No problem.
Trey, for you, my brother, man, what would reparations do for you personally, man?
Man, I'm going to echo a little bit of what Dre said. Personally, reparations for me would allow me to put the community into a better situation. We talked about last time on the podcast what my dream is, how I'm passionate about the education of Black people. Man, like, reparations would allow me to open the school to be the change that I want to see in the world. It would allow me to, it will put me in a position that, like, all of the other school leaders and owners of schools and CMOs, CEOs, and all the rest of the 3-letter abbreviations for things they no longer worried. They weren't worried about, oh man, like, I don't want to go in debt because, man, like, my parents done taught me debt is a killer, a crusher, and we're not going to be able to afford to do any of the other stuff that we need to do if I'm in debt. It allowed me to have seed money and capital in order for me to be able to do these things. And it would, as y'all were just talking about, and as we talked about last week as well, take you out of survival mode. Not that, like, I've been in a situation where I'm like, oh man, like, I'm worried about what my next meal is going to be and I'm food insecure or anything like that. But it would give me the cushion, and therefore additional confidence for me to be able to step out, because it's not a leap of like, oh man, like I'm putting all my eggs in this basket right now, and if this don't end up being what it needed to be, that wouldn't even be a question if I got reparations, because I know I got the money to do it the way that I wanted to be. It would be easier to attract investors once you have money, because it's like, man, y'all not doing this by yourself. And if everybody got reparations, I know it's enough people around here that's saying, like, man, the education system ain't built for us. It'd be a bomb school then. We be bossing up. Because right. I work with Black educators. We had discussions on this that would be like, man, yeah, we about to just go ahead and do our own. We're going to put this money together. We're going to make sure we get paid, and we're going to do it better than they've been doing. So personally, for me, reparations would allow me to be the change that I want to see in this world and take care of any of the rest of the stuff that I got going on in the background.
Blessings. I'm gonna open this one up for everybody, man. This is a topic I think I want a lot of people to kind of chime in on real quick here. Jeezy G, how much are we worth, brother?
Is no dollar amount you can put on that, brother.
That's the short and sweet of it, man. Yeah, no dollar amount can be put on that. Priceless, right?
Absolutely.
Got you. Dre, let me ask you, my brother. How much are we worth, man?
How much are we worth? You remember what Jeezy? I don't know if you heard what me and Khaled was saying at first. You know what I'm saying? Mm-mm. I was looking a couple months ago and years ago I looked it up, but I just did it again. See how much the world was worth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And just like you said, there's no dollar amount really. You feel me? But I just looked just to see what was going on, and I'm gonna answer your question in the same thing in the same sentence. Cause at the end of the day, the world is basically, not limitless in a way, but you know what I'm saying, there's so many untapped resources and everything in on this planet. You see what I'm saying? Especially from Africa. You see what I'm saying? The cobalt, the gold, different things that come out there to make our phone and everything. You see what I'm saying? So when you're saying that, how much are we worth? How much are all these businesses already that's out there combined that have profited, like Barclays Bank, like Aetna Insurance Firm? You see what I'm saying? All these businesses that have profited off our backs. How much are they worth? And then you start, itemizing all those different corporations, the Fortune 500s out there. You see what I'm saying? And the growing Fortune 500s, because probably a Fortune 1000 right now. You feel me? So you start adding up those numbers, and that could just be a part of it, because we really don't got no worth. We worth more than that. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. But that's just a part of what they owe.
And then just to, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, okay, just like you said, all the resources, all the gold, all the cobalt, all this and that. Think about it. We the people of the land.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We're indigenous to the world. So
exactly.
Just like you can't put a price on the world, you can't put a price on us. But what before it was a price created, we were here doing our thing. So what money is what? You know what I'm saying? Like money is what? Really?
And to add to that too, just like, the island of Manhattan, it was called the Mahatma because of the Indians. It ended up getting purchased for 5 cents because the Indians really was giving it to the friggin', to the pilgrims or whoever they were at the time. You see what I'm saying? They were giving it to them because they needed land. So at the end of the day, we know there's so much abundance of it. Why are we going to hoard it? You see what I'm saying? So 5 cents. Just like even the Louisiana Purchase, the so-called say of it. You feel me? So when you realize that back in the day, what our ancestors, we valued everything, but at the end of the day, we knew that you really couldn't put a price on anything, because at the end of the day, you're taking away from the real value of what it is for everybody. Because when you put a price on it, that means somebody could own it. You feel me?
It's like putting a price on time, right? That's what we do. We trade our time for money in this country, right?
Time and energy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But which one is more valuable?
Mm-hmm.
Time or money? Right. There you go. It's always going to be time, because that's something that you can't never get back.
Mm-mm.
Never.
You can always get the money back.
Mm-hmm.
But unless you got a time machine, my brother, you ain't getting no motherfucking time back, man. Hell no.
Yo, Trey, let me ask you, my brother, how much do you think we're worth, man, since we're talking about the sum total of reparations, man? How much are we worth?
So they got formulas out there to try to calculate what we were. I guess it's the net present value of what 40 acres and a mule was from 1865 right now. The number that they try to come up with is $250,000. And what we actually worth is, I agree with them, it's invaluable. So many things have branched off of the things that we've done for this country. I mean, if we gonna go into net present value calculations, then we need to go back and do net present value for what the common wage was for once they started not paying us and having us work in the field. For every single slave that worked in the field, that worked in the house, that worked anywhere, add up all those wages and then put that in net present value today. It ain't enough money in the world to be able to accumulate that.
Right.
So,
go ahead, bro. My bad.
So
I was trying to piggyback off that.
I got something to add to it too. Go ahead.
When you're done, I'm gonna just monkey nuts off of that.
All right. So, I mean, for me, man, like, I think saying we invaluable is honest. I think that's the actual answer to the question. But if somebody was asking us how much we're worth and we needed to put a dollar amount on it, I don't think I would I would. I mean, I'm definitely not going to turn down $350,000. And I don't think I necessarily could argue with that. And that's what they told us they was going to give all $350,000. Because I mean, honestly, I think that any reparations at this point is going to be more than we're going to get. Because at this point, ain't nobody giving out no money from down into their heart in the United States government. That's what it's going to have to be. We're going to have to change so many different things in order for us to get this money from them. We're negotiating from a position of weakness right now, asking them for stuff.
Right.
We need to put ourselves in a position of power. They got to come to us. And then we need to say, all right, we'll do this, but I need to go ahead and write the check like Jeezy was saying.
Right. And that's very powerful, negotiating from a position of weakness. That's a very deep statement, because it's, if you and me are doing a negotiation right now, right?
Yep.
And I'm telling you, hey, Trey, I want to give you a contract for $10 million. That's cool. It would excite you, to get a contract for $10 million. But since you've never had $10 million before, and you've never played on the $10 million level, you don't know if you're getting a good deal or a bad deal.
You have absolutely no idea, because you just think, oh man, $10 million, that's a whole lot of money. That's a whole lot of money, man. I can do a whole bunch of things with $10 million, and you might be doing a $50 million contract.
There you go. That's a very key point, my brother. Dirty. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sir.
Man, how much are we worth, man? We are looking at how to calculate, how much we're owed in reparations, man. So, how much
Good
are we
luck
worth?
on that one. Good luck. They ain't got enough money for you. Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Heck yeah, they ain't got enough, man. I promise you, man. Look here. I said, boy, we owe too much. Yeah, we owe too much, and boy, they'll never pay us. You know what I'm saying? They can go to bat for whatever they want to do and fight them folks tooth and nail. Them folks ain't gonna never turn that loose, man. One thing they value in this world is power. And you know what I'm saying? They're holding us under their foot. Until we learn to, you feel me, value ourselves, we gotta worry about getting no value from them.
Yeah, man.
From them. So I don't look for them to give me no respiration either. I'm going to get my own.
That's a big statement, man. So Jon Stewart kind of said that on the Breakfast Club last week, and he was just talking about equity and equality. Like, how do you have equality with no equity, and how do you ask somebody to negotiate from a position of subservience? Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody's trying to get a raise from their boss, you know what I'm saying? They don't really feel entitled for that raise. They may not ever get that raise because the boss is in the power position. He's in the power seat. And until, like you said, until we recognize, go ahead.
There's two ways you can look at that, and that got a lot to do with our thinking in America, man. They don't brainwash us so much in America. Look here, we worry about the money and don't even worry about the quality of the work that we do. If you understand that part, you feel me? We want to get paid, but we don't want to work for it. You feel me? We want value, but we don't bring value. You feel me? It's a twisted world that we live in, man. You feel me? We want what we don't deserve.
That's a hard conversation for some people.
Yeah, we got to change that thinking in the first place. You feel me? I don't care. Boy, look here. I don't work some places $7.25 an hour. And guess what? I made them fire me because quitting ain't in me. And when I go to work, I work. You feel me? I put it all on the line because that's just what I am. So I had to make them fire me, though.
But no. I think what you said is powerful. Bring a spirit of excellence into anything that you do, and you'll always have value.
And you ain't got to worry about a raise because a raise going to find you. And your boss will be embarrassed not to give you a raise because you're too damn good of a worker for them to lose.
Think and grow rich, man. Appreciate that, man.
Thank you.
I appreciate that, Dirk.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, G, back to you, man. We gonna ask, so if you were to get your reparations, brother, how do you want to see the money come? Is it a structured annuity, one big, large check? How do you want to see that money come in if they gave you reparations?
Yeah, give me all my money at one time. I would prefer that. But we all know that's probably not what it's gonna be, because this is America. And they'll goddamn drag that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Even if you win the lottery, they ask you, do you want all the money or you wanna just get paid until you die? You good? You know what I'm saying? You're like, man, come on. So yeah, I would take a lump sum of money, which would, if everybody have a lump sum of money, we could speed up this process a lot quicker. But um, whatever they give me, however they give it to me, as
I'll
long as
take
it's
it.
as long, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? But as long as it's above, as long as it's above 100,000 a year, you know, let's say an extra 100,000 a year per family. I think that's reasonable. You know, I think that's reasonable. I think
10
that's reasonable.
4.
Go ahead, man.
10-4, G. Dre,
Here.
how would you like to see your reparations dispersed to you, brother? One large check, trust fund with a monthly payment. Like, how would you like to see it come?
Hey man, like that Chappelle show. I'm rich, bitch. Give me my one time. Nah, but like Jeezy said, for real, there would be no way for that to happen. You see what I'm saying? It would be really no way tangible to see something like that happen. You see what I'm saying? So in reality, we would have to get, money every couple months. I would say every 6 months to get cut a check for a brother. You feel me?
Every
Like how
6
they do
months, huh?
taxes. Like how they do taxes. Since they want taxes every 6 months, cut us a check every 6 months then. Fed. Feel me? Don't play with me. You feel me? Yo, y'all want
Got
y'all
you.
want y'all want tax money every 6 months? Give it to me in a trust fund every 6 months. You see what I'm saying? So
Got you.
just like that.
Got you. Trey, if you got your check, brother, how would you like your check to come, man?
For
How would
me
you like your
personally,
reparation?
like they said, I want my cash up front. But I thought this question was a different question. I thought this question was like, how should the money be dispersed to all of us? Like, are we gonna create a system? How are we gonna create a system of disbursement? I think.
And if you want to answer it that way, please feel free.
All right, yeah. So that's where I'm headed with this. So the Native Americans, when they got their reparations, it was put into a trust account, and they didn't get that money. They didn't see that money. It was held up in that trust, and it was like a whole bunch of hurdles that you had to cross in order to get that. I ain't for that. I done seen this movie before. I know how it is. So what I'm talking about is since this is pie in the sky anyway, this is the best case scenario. I'm gonna come up with something crazy, like if we're gonna talk about $350,000, and I didn't came prepared for this one. I did a little research on this one. You know how I am. I want to say because if we don't do this the right way, if we don't have any kind of system in place to make sure that we understand how to use money, we give $350,000 to black people in America, man. White people gonna get super rich anyway because we going straight to the doggone white dealership, and we about to drop all $350,000 on things we can't afford, or we can't continue to keep, and it's all gonna be gone, and we're gonna be back in the same situation all over again. So for me, I would say, man, like it's two options for you. You can get your money up front, and you have to prove that you have financial literacy. I don't exactly how that's worked out yet. Maybe you have to take a financial literacy course. You gotta pass a financial literacy test, something like that. That's gonna have to be still done and operated by black people though, because so it can be fair. Because if not, then it's gonna be just like the literacy test that was gonna keep you from being able to vote back in the day. And if you can't pass that test, then you get an annuity payment once a month for $2,335. That annuity payment at an 8% growth will last you a little bit over 60 years. If you start getting paid that when you turn 21, when you turn 18, that'll take you to 80 years old, and that's about the life expectancy of America. So you still getting your $350,000, but because you don't got no financial literacy, it's just an additional add-on. The United States government still got to come out them pockets. They still got to come give us all this money. But if you don't pass it up front, then you don't get to have the money, because all that's gonna do is gonna make them richer. That's all that's gonna do, is gonna turn around and put that money right back into their pocket.
Gotcha.
So that's just me.
You actually kind of jumped ahead onto the next question. I'm glad you did that though, man. That's a good segue, man. Let me get Dirty in here. Dirk. Hey, brother. How would you like your check to come, sir?
On the first of the month. Pay
One
me
big
in
check,
cash.
huh?
Nah,
Yeah.
I take mine in land though. I don't want no cash. They can keep all that cash. Give me some land.
Like the man said, take the cash and buy your own land. You know what I'm saying?
Give me the land. I make my own cash.
All right.
Or maybe they lied to us.
It won't be the first time.
Hell no. And I'm definitely with Dre on that, man. Cause and this is something that I've seen with my own eyes. You know what I'm saying? We begging for the money, but when we get the money, what are we gonna do with the money? You feel me?
That's the
Because
next
I'm
question.
a strong believer in, if they take all the riches in the world right now and divide it amongst everybody equally, in a matter of time, it'll be back into the same hands it already been in.
That's the
The
theory.
ones who know how to work the money. You feel me?
Exactly.
The ones who respect the money. The ones who know how to, you feel me?
Yeah.
Make $1 out of 15 cents.
That's the theory. Yeah. You know.
That's what it is. I done seen it happen. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a broke man mentality that
Exactly.
keep us broke. You feel me? Because we
Nah,
got
I
a
feel
new
you.
raise or something, we gonna spend a little extra money. You feel me? I done seen ends meet with a lot of jobs. You know, I done been making $18 an hour, and guess what? Ends meet, bro. And I done been making $7.25 an hour, and ends meet. How is that possible?
Right.
Please tell me, how is that possible?
No, because you're not spending more than you have. You know what I'm saying? You're not going outside your means when you can only make enough to survive. I mean,
I know this, but this is the mind frame of America.
facts.
You feel me? So we definitely need that financial literacy, man. We got to understand how money works, how to work money, you feel me, and not work for it.
Amen.
Real.
Amen. Facts. Appreciate that. Yo, we got a newcomer on the line. Haas. What's going on, man?
What's cracking, boy? It's been a minute.
Oh my goodness.
Hazanichi, what's going on, my brother? Yeah, I'm glad you joined, bro.
Yeah, I was picking up some food and I saw the link, but I had to get back to the house. I caught the last part of what Trey was saying. I really didn't get everything.
Oh no, I'm gonna give you the question right now, Haas. You know what I'm saying? The question was, you know, if you
let him start from the beginning. Let him start from, give him the first two, because we only went through three already.
Hey,
so
Dre,
just
Dre,
give.
mute yourself.
My bad.
Haas.
Yeah.
Yo, man. So we were going through the list of questions, man, for the night. Night's topic is definitely reparations, man. It's gonna be, you know, first part session.
Okay.
And, this right here is, you know, a conversation that man, me and you have had. Well, just in general, oh my God, since years, right?
You already know.
Back and forth, man, when you think about it in the terms of how would you like to see your reparations come? Like, how would you like to get your reparations check? One big lump sum, or you want an annuity, like the brother Dirty say, give it to me, my 40 acres, give me my land. Like, how would you like to see that come to you?
Shit. I ain't thought about it like that. Installments, shit, I don't know. Damn. Do I want it all at once or do I want installment? Shit, I don't know.
You give it a lot of thought. You're still very self-aware. Like, you know,
yeah,
don't get yourself in no trouble.
Yeah. Installments might be good.
Blessings.
It might be good that way. You know what I'm saying? That way is, and I could take what I got and do something with it. You know what I'm saying? Versus boom, and then I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? It'll give me a better way to set things up, set businesses up, and get things right. You know what I'm saying? So then when the next thing come around, I could distribute it better. So Maybe installments, like you said, a little annuity, little investment, that might be good.
Blessings. Appreciate your answer, King.
Oh yeah.
Yo, GZG, man. Let me ask you, man. How do we not get this money and completely ruin the opportunity, man? Like, how do we not get into the habit of, giving this money right back to the people who took it from us in the first place? I don't want to be the Dave Chappelle skit. You know what I'm saying?
We have to come up with some rules and some guidelines, man. We got to stay on code with each other. We got to create our own businesses and circulate our dollar within those businesses. That's what we're going to have to do. Realistically, we're going to give that money. You said, no, hold on now. Not all of it. Some of us are going to do right. Hold on now. Some of us going to do right. We're going to create the businesses. We're going to circulate it out. But about 50, 60% is going to get that money right back to the dominant society. And let's talk about it. I mean, that's just real. We know what that is. But, hey, niggas is going to be happy. They're going to be having, nice cars and shit, shit that they wanted their whole life. And shit, let them, if that's how they want to live, give us that then. You see what I'm saying? But give us something, But I believe that we have enough. I believe in our people. And I believe that we have enough intelligent minds, especially nowadays with all the information that's going around, the stuff that we're building on right now. We have enough intelligent minds amongst us that we're going to create a future for our nation.
Facts. Man, great answer, Jeezy. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man.
I was going to say, it made me think of something real quick, Khaled. Like, it made me think about when the money do come down the line, like he said, it's going to be a situation where some things going to be given right back. But it made me think about seizing the opportunity to kind of go at certain industries, because the fact is that, say, if you're doing something and you got a business, you wind up, say you're going to wind up having to give money back to them because they control a certain industry, so you can use that for your business. So it's like, we got to go at some of these other, use some money to attack a certain industry. So then that way we are buying it from a black person that or getting our food from a black farmer to put in a black grocery store and yada, yada, yada. Because if we try to set up that infrastructure, we're going to wind up finding like, damn, ain't nobody black got this certain material because ain't nobody tapped into that industry. So it's like, we got to think big. It's what I'm kind of getting to. We got to think big to whereas, shit, we need to attack this certain industry. Then we can become the distributors. Then we can see the money come around the way it need to come around. So that's just something that popped in my mind while y'all was talking about that.
Bless, appreciate it. Yo, Dre.
Here.
Yo, man, same question, man. Like, how do we keep from mismanaging that money, man? How do we not become a Dave Chappelle skit?
You remember that's what we was talking about, that whole Dave Chappelle skit, how they gave everything back. Lincoln's, you know what I'm saying? Sprint bills started getting paid, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, But on a serious note, the way we don't give it back is just like how Brother Hassan said. We would have to tap into industries and think outside the box and be forward thinking. You see what I'm saying? Be futurologists in that sense. Basically knowing that, all right, we're going to be able to receive this money, but at the end of the day, what are the infrastructures and what are the things that black people put their money towards? You see what I'm saying? What are the things that we need? What are the necessities that we need first? You see what I'm saying? Like food, clothing, shelter, stuff like that. Even like, gas. We would have to get into, different industries so that we wouldn't even have to really rely upon them in that way. So it would be everything be for us. You see what I'm saying? But to a real token on that, we would have to start, like the brother Trey said, financial literacy. People would have to get the financial literate part about it. And if anything, because, people don't really trust people with their money sometimes. You see what I'm saying? Because certain black folk don't trust banks still to this day. They still got their money in their house. You see what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So it's to the sense where we would have to be able to make people trust, and that has to be built over time. So it's something that is not going to be, fleet of the night type situation. It's going to have to be built. So in that sense, just like how we know the black dollar does not stay in the community more than 2 hours, we would have to start elongating that. You see what I'm saying? Just practicing those methods of teaching people how to keep the money circulating. You see what I'm saying? And if they get the money too with a check, they get it with a stipulation that they would have to put it back into the community where it is actually the people who are getting the reparations. They would have to be able to keep their money in that community for a certain amount of time. You see what I'm saying? That would be a certain stipulation so that we would not be able to fluctuate the money right back to them. You see what I'm saying? Because we already know how it is. So we would have to make that stipulation that if anything, the people that do receive the money, if they're not financially literate, they would have to make, put somebody, not power of attorney, but, in the sense of being able to guide them in that way to keep the money within the community. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah, thank you for the response, brother. Trey, man. Yeah, man. How do we not end up giving all this money right back?
Yes, sir. So the answer to my previous question was designed specifically not for us not to get that money back. And the reason I thought that far ahead when I was just answering that question is if we look at the black people we know that had money, like let's look at NFL players. Let's talk about Shaq. Man, the Superman spent $1 million in the first hour after he signed his first NBA contract, bought his parents a house, bought all kind of stuff like that. We as black people, when we don't have things, and it's like Dirty was talking about earlier, it's a poor man mentality. Like we think we gotta spend it, think we gotta give it right back, think we gonna think. And Jeezy was talking about this earlier, saying like, oh man, they gonna be happy. They gonna have the cars, they ain't gonna be happy long because they ain't gonna have that car long because they don't know that they gotta pay taxes on it. They're gonna buy that Wraith that's $300,000 and think it's paid for. And then Uncle Sam gonna be like, hey, yo, partner, run that taxes. Run them taxes, B. And he gonna be like, oh, I gotta pay for that too? I don't know what the taxes is on no Wraith, but it's more than you got. So you're gonna be giving it straight back. You ain't gonna be happy long. So that's why I'm saying, like, and also you can't do nothing after the fact. You can't do nothing after the fact. You can't give everybody money and then start teaching them after the fact. Because you ever try to teach a nigga with money something? You ever try to tell a nigga with money anything? How many of them listen?
Yeah, it's deep.
So it got to be barriers in order for you to get the money. It got to be like, man, we got to put something in place like I was talking about. So like, in order for you to get this money, you got to show me that you going to be able to be responsible with this money. And like, if they not responsible on that back end after we done taught them the ways, then there's not anything we can do about it. But if you don't pass the test, the government still got to come off that money. It's just that you don't get as much money up front. So like, yeah, you might be able to get the additional $2,000, and then you can put money down on a payment, but you're not buying any cash. And that's us forcing you to be fiscally responsible, because then it's like, oh, okay, so I can get a nice car because I got this additional money coming in every month. And by the time that's over with, I'm still paying for it, but I still got that money that I can still like do different things with. It's forcing us to be fiscally responsible if we're not already fiscally responsible with it. Because I'm not, if magically, miraculously, a miracle happens and they give us money, it don't need to end up back in their hands, man. Because that's like just giving them money. That would be them giving us money to give us money. They say black people is the most liquid spending people in the world. With the black dollar, man, drives every single industry, and it's not staying in our communities. It's going in their pocket, and if we get them $350,000, car dealerships is gonna go gangbusters. Doggone chain makers and jewelers are gonna go gangbusters. We thought blood diamond was bad when that movie came out, and people was walking around wearing conflict diamonds. It's gonna be all kind of conflict diamonds all over everybody's body, grills and chains, and trying to live like rappers, man. Like we done seen this movie before. We gotta do better.
Blessings. Appreciate the answer, Trey. Yo, Mr. Bodderson. And you talk a lot about mindset, my brother. That's your claim to fame, man. And in terms of how we don't put this money right back into the hands that gave it to us, what are your thoughts on it, man?
Invest, 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 and reinvest. Buy back the block, one block at a time.
Facts. Facts.
But they're gonna take, education though, man. We gotta get a new mind frame, man. We gotta change the people mind frame. And guess what, fellas? That's like the mission impossible. I swear I just wasted like 5 years of my life. You feel me? Just trying to make our people, work together and build something of worth. You feel me? And I just felt like this was the biggest task I had to face in life, boy, this far. Coming from the streets and all, brother, to being a free man. You feel me?
Wow.
To make our people come together collectively, willingly, wholeheartedly, working together and trying to see each other win, man. That is like, bruh, they play chess, not checkers, bruh. And now let me tell you, what they did to us, this Willie Lynch world that we live in right now, this Willie Lynch that I see in 2020 is embedded in our DNA. They brainwash us so bad, brother, it is sad.
Yeah.
You feel me? We speak of how we don't even spend our money with our people. Let's do it. You feel me? I have several Black-owned businesses, and guess what? I don't get support from my people like that. The people I expected to support me, by the grace of God, you feel me? By grace of Almighty, you know what I'm saying? Boy, hey, because our people, if I was dependent on our people, the supporters, I would have been out of business a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? But by the grace of God, man, he still kept me here. I'm in business. I do what I do, and I do what I do. You feel me? At the end of the day, Black Wall Street was so strong because that money stayed in the community 5 times before it even leave. You feel me? We don't understand the importance of supporting each other, building each other. You know what I'm saying? Just for a fact, we got some things going on in our community in Walterboro, South Carolina right now. You know IGA store, right? They talking about protesting IGA store now because they had an incident with a black fella, older gentleman that been in there. And I'm like, what crossed my mind, how y'all gonna boycott something that we built so strong? We built these folks so strong, and now y'all talking about tearing it down. They too big to tear down now. They're too strong for us to tear them down now. And guess what? We don't even own our own grocery stores. Like back to what my brother said, we don't even. But when it comes to processing, we don't process none of our food. You feel me? We don't grow none of our food no more. You feel me? We don't control nothing no more. We want to be real about it. And guess what? The new society and the new generation don't even have a mind frame to. Because they are microwave generation. They want it now. You feel me? Give me mine and give me mine now. I ain't got time to grow no corn. I'm going to go up here and buy this corn. You feel me?
Facts.
That's what generation we living in. So I feel like it got to be, we got to script. We got to script us of what we think we know.
Right.
And really go back to the basics. You feel me? I feel like we done got so far away from our past, which was the right way, the righteous way, to all this foolishness now, because one generation after another, dropping off what was important to us. And boy, we lost so much in the gap. So we gotta re-educate. You know what I'm saying? I say re-educate. You know what I'm saying? We gotta script and re-educate our people, man, for real. And that's gonna be a task within itself. So
facts. Nah, blessings. Blessings.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Bottas. Yo, Haas. Man, how do we not end up giving this money back to the same people who took our wealth in the first place, man? You got any thoughts on it? Haas might have slipped off real quick. Twist him one up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this one up, man, to the group, man, for the next part, man, because this one right here is gonna be a question that I think everybody's gonna want to chime in on. So,
Hold on, man. The nigga Trey said some of the realest shit you ever wrote, man. Hold on, man. That nigga said, have you ever tried to tell a nigga something that got some money?
That's facts.
Dog.
You ever
That's
try to
facts.
tell a nigga something after you got some money? Oh my God.
But
That's some
Jeezy,
real
that's
shit
why when
right
Trey
there.
said that, me and Khalid was talking about this last week about the whole situation, everything that we talking about right now. We had a preface to this. You feel me? So
Right.
it's kind of funny what Trey said. The financial literacy. That's why I said
That
it
right.
need to be a
I wasn't.
protocol.
No, listen.
It need to be a
When he first,
protocol.
listen. When he first said that, I was not feeling him at all. Look, but he said
You gotta
the
remember.
realest shit the nigga ever wrote. You know
You
what
gotta
I'm saying?
remember.
So
Chappelle
I
prepped
feel
us for
you
this
now.
shit, bro.
And you right.
Chappelle
Hold on.
prepped us for
You
this
right,
shit, bro.
Trey. Hold on, bro. You right, Trey. You right. Niggas do need financial literacy with that shit. You can't give a nigga all that money without giving him no type of, without the teachings that they have to control the money. They play the stock. I just started playing the stock market last week.
Hmm?
I just started playing the stock market. You see what I'm saying? I got stock options right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing calls and puts, baby. You feel me?
Diversify your funds, my G.
You feel me? I'm trying to diversify my portfolio. But I'm 35 years old and I just started doing the shit last week. You understand what I'm saying?
They got
These
kids.
little white boys in motherfucking high school with $25,000 in their portfolio.
Seed money. Their parents just give it to them. Like, man, go ahead and play around with it. See what you can do with it. Like, we don't know the rules, man.
Jeezy, my son just started doing that last month, so it's funny. You know what I'm saying? For real, he 13 years old and he trading. I had to tell him about Hertz because he was over there trying to buy Hertz stock. I'm like, look, son, Hertz is bankrupt. So in reality, they tricking you. So I had to let him know. I had to let him know all that. You know what I'm saying?
When I think of Hertz, I think of O.J. Simpson back in the day. That nigga used to got
that nigga running through the airport and shit. Oh, shit.
That's it.
That white lady talking about, look at him go.
Right. Look at the juice.
The juice, right?
Go, juice.
Go, juice. Hey, they still saying that right now. Go, juice, go.
No, they ain't saying that right now.
No, they don't want him no more. That's why they saying go.
Yeah, they tell him to go. All right.
Good.
But to add on to what y'all saying with the whole stipulation of it, we need the financial literacy because people at the end of the day, they won't know what's going on. Yeah. And that's why it needs to be a stipulation with what's going on, how people keep the money in the community. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like you saying, the financial literacy is key. But still, they might be financial literate, but want to go buy some Balenciagas. The fuck out of here with that shit. You feel me?
After you financially literate, you're going to realize that that's a horrible purchase because that ain't doing nothing for you. You're going to realize that money you spend is making you no money.
That impulse buy. You see what I'm saying? That's that impulse buy.
You can have a couple impulse buys, but you better be putting like I said, this pie in the sky. So my vision for this class is it's ran by black people. It's a FUBU class, you know what I'm saying?
FUBU.
And we teaching, and we actually teaching the things that we need to know in this class. Like, man, like the reason why Black Wall Street was successful because we was researching. The reason that white people got all this money and how they were able to maintain this money. People already know that 90% of America's wealth is held in people's homes. So, like, we gotta make sure that we teach people to stop renting. Like, man, go ahead and start investing in property, investing in land, and then you can use that equity you got in your home to go ahead and get lower interest loans for other things you want to do. Use your home to pay for your other home. All kinds of different things.
Right.
Hey, like how this is a pie in the sky, this is the reparation shit, we need it instantly because they about to bring AI to come take us away. You feel me? Andrew Yang told niggas that shit when he came on the Breakfast Club last year talking about that $1,000 reparations check that Trump stole and gave to niggas now all of a sudden. You feel me? So the fucking AI shit, really and truly, niggas need to invest in technology, tech, and all that shit. Because at the end of the day, that's what's coming to take over. You see what I'm saying?
You ain't lying.
So next, just again, I'm glad we did it like this, man, to kind of bring about some interesting thoughts, man. I'm learning a lot from you guys tonight, man. In terms of I think we talked about a lot of the positives, man, even some of the negatives. But if you were playing devil's advocate and you were the white guy, you know, what is your objection for reparations? Like, what's the downside? What's the negatives do you guys see?
Oh,
I think that they're gonna try to. Am I on? You hear me right now?
Yeah, we hear you, brother.
Okay. This is it, and this is what we got to look for. Watch for the trickery that they always try to do. The same thing they did with civil rights, right? They say, all right, minorities, people of color, black and brown, they always do this bullshit, and they funnel the money back to themselves, and we don't get shit.
Right.
That's what happens, okay? Or they funnel their money to their ally communities.
Hold on, to add on to what you're saying.
Go ahead, bro.
That's exactly what they did for the small hats, because at the end of the day, the civil rights movement was to help that so-called minority group get reparations for Israel every year, because they get $50 million every year, probably more than that. You see what I'm saying? Every year from us. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like the brother Trey said, they got communities out there that's getting reparations. You see what I'm saying? But Israel, who piggybacked off of our situation, claiming that they're minorities. You see what I'm saying? Because I even seen this whole thing that's coming up with why they trying to stop with, you know, free speech, because they trying to eliminate anti-Semitic shit. You see what I'm saying? Because people is now becoming more anti-Semitic because people start realizing the 1% and the whole thing about the control. So that was just to add on to the reparation situation, because, you know, them small hats did that back then, like you said. But go ahead.
That's the next question, yo. Next question is going to be touching on that, yo. So
my bad.
No, you good.
I was saying I had some more. Ask the same question again, Gotti, because I totally forgot what the fuck I was trying to say.
My bad.
No, but I feel you. Though. No, you added on though.
Nah, the question was playing
again?
devil's advocate. Like, if you on the other side of the fence, like, what's the negatives on giving, you know, black people reparations?
That was the question?
Yeah.
I got you. I go. Ponder on it. I got you. Go
ahead, man.
Man, so if we saying the calculation is $350K per every black person in America, right? So we 13% of the population is 300 million Americans. That's 39 million people getting $350K. When you do the math on that, that's around $14 trillion. 14 times how much we owe China. And we talk about how much money we owe China. Where the hell are we gonna get all this money? Even though money is able to be printed and we can just print more money, that's going
cause inflation.
Yeah, a dollar gonna be worth nothing at that point. So you're gonna be swapping out pesos and you're gonna be like getting less money back, because that's how bad our dollar is gonna be. Because
it's gonna be like the ruble.
It ain't gonna be worth nothing. They're gonna have to create a whole new system of money if they printed all that money to give to black people, because it's like, yeah, that dollar not worth nothing no more. Just like how Europe had to switch over to euros. America, after they printed all that money, would be like, dollars ain't it no more, dog. You ain't heard? Because
they could do that.
Because the $350,000 wouldn't even be $350,000 after they printed all that money. Buying power for $350,000 would be deployed at that point.
But the thing is, like, even right now, they sending out these checks, these stimulus checks, and it's still worth something. You know what I'm saying?
$350,000 though.
No, it ain't. You right. It ain't. But it's to the whole. But it's to the whole. But it's not to one group of small population of people.
How much money?
It's to the whole America. So it can be the same. It can be that same amount of money, because actually the stimulus amount was about 14 trillion.
Oh, it wasn't. It was 100. It was $1,200 for eligible Americans. Even if we did
No. I'm talking about the.
You talking about with the businesses too,
right? I'm talking about the bill. I'm talking about the bill that had to get passed in order for us to get our stimulus checks.
Okay.
The bill was about a $14 trillion bill.
Yeah, that was a couple trillion, I think, bro.
You understand what I'm saying?
Because they was pumping a trillion every day for 14 weeks. Well,
right.
Probably even more than that when the thing is
but that's going to all of America. So my point is that same 14 trillion just to black people would be about 2,000 to 300,000. I mean 200,000 to 300,000 a year.
It was like a $2 trillion. I just looked it up. It was like a $2 trillion bill.
Hold on, Trey. Would that be per individual or per household?
350K.
Yeah,
that would be per person. 350K
Okay.
times 39 million is about $14 trillion.
Okay, because I was thinking per household, so it's per individual. Then. All right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was definitely not in the double digit trillions. And they talk about how bad that watered down our economy doing that.
Yeah, I mean the inflation, the devaluing of the US dollar, and then the little thing that we call cash swap. So you have a part of the market that can only handle so much money at one time, right? And if you push too much money into the American system at one time, inflation is one thing, but you also have, wait a minute, I'm running out of cash. Like, okay, I can't change a $20 bill anymore because I don't have enough money to change a $20 bill. I can't change a $5 bill because I don't have enough money to change a $5 bill. You actually essentially run out of cash in the American system, which is why they're trying to get rid of cash in the first place, because we end up burning money at the end of every 4 to 5 year cycle. So looking at the problems that would happen just with putting too much money into the American system, I think inflation was one of them. And Jeezy, what else did you say? I'm sorry, because I don't think Haas and Dirty have commented on it just yet.
You said inflation and what's the question?
No, it was.
That man's amazing. Go for it anyway. Why they deserve to have money? That's what they're gonna say.
What was that, Trey? What Trey say?
Talking about what they saying about us?
They're gonna say if we get reparations, they're gonna say, man, these black people ain't work for nothing. These not even the people that was enslaved.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yo, that's a part of the next question too. But you know what?
I understand. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Let me answer.
Go ahead.
That's why I couldn't hear what y'all was saying, because that's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It don't even matter what. It don't matter what they think about us anyway. They're gonna talk shit about us anyway. And it goes into almost what's that? The Watchmen. That new show on HBO, The Watchmen. It goes into that. How they got their reparations. I think it was called the Redford Act or something like that. And all the white supremacists came out and was fighting us over that shit because they was mad. And
hey, that's social engineering right there, brother. Because you notice how everything. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. Okay. So they put it out ahead of time to make it happen, because they know we're gonna have to get reparations eventually.
And to add on to what you're saying too with this, because the whole thing I forgot to interject with, because I've been watching this brother Max Kaiser on RT, and he was articulating about this black brother that was an economic, he's into economy. He's an economist, you see what I'm saying? So he was talking about how black people will get reparations and how the dollar is crashing and how black people need to invest into the Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying? So it was kind of interesting now, like I forgot to even mention this when you were saying how we would be able to get our money. We probably could even get it through the Bitcoin or some stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? Because it's uncharted, it's not really watched in that sense. You see what I'm saying? But it's something that I wasn't prepared for this, but I'm gonna bring it back up in the next part of it. I'm about to go look his name up so that I could interject it back into the conversation. Because at the end of the day, it's things that we need to be. It's tangible situations out there like that. You see what I'm saying?
Nah, you good, man. Dre, so Haas, Dirty, you two, man, you guys have anything you guys want to chime in on this particular subject?
Nah. That was some bullshit.
I don't really got that.
You don't like that part.
You don't like that part.
Nah, they need to fuck all that devil's advocate. They need to break bread and shit. They need to go ahead and come on with it. But
come on with it.
Ain't no kindness in their heart, man. Like I said earlier, we're negotiating from a position of weakness. Hey, at this point, they would have to give us that money out the kindness of their heart. And who kind enough to give out $14 trillion?
Ain't no kindness of their heart, bro. Do you see what's going on in America right now?
I'm gonna make them give it to us.
Do you see what's going on in America right now?
I see that.
Hey, I'm checking the posts of these motherfuckers on social media.
That's the same way we got out of slavery. They tell you that they tell you, I don't know what the fuck they try to tell us about slavery, but we are the ones that fought ourselves out of slavery. Don't never get that twisted.
We know
niggas
that.
was not having that shit no more.
That's why they want to tear down that
Rebellions
Lincoln
all across the
Memorial
country.
right now. They got
Slave
the niggas
masters
kneeling
were
down.
being killed
Man.
all across the country. That's
I
how
feel
we got
like
out of
they-
slavery.
But I feel like that's a lie, though, Jeezy. I just feel like everything going on now is part of their plan.
That's
Like,
true
Social
too.
engineering.
control the
Yeah, we
That's
know
true.
that.
No,
You
no,
gotta
no,
understand,
Dirty.
they
I'm with
control
you
the
on
media,
that.
bro.
I'm with you on that, Dirty, because all of us aren't the one. We aren't the ones really rioting. It's kind of some motherfuckers they got going on
The
rioting, right?
ignorant motherfuckers.
But listen to me. But listen to what I'm saying.
Hey, it's 43%
It's still
white people
no.
out there.
Hold on. Just listen to what I'm saying. It's still working in our favor.
Yes, I
It's
agree.
still working in our favor.
I agree.
Our issues are being heard more than ever right now.
Yes.
And we need to take advantage
That's a fact.
right now.
That's a part
So
of
that
it.
actually brings us to the next question, which is, how do we actually begin a constructive fight towards reparations? Like, what do we need to set in place to actually begin to have that discussion seriously, continuously?
That's a great question.
Stop letting them change the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Because what they're about to do right now, they're about to bring back the NBA. And I'm ready to see my Lakers, but this is gonna be some bullshit. And then they about to, you know what I'm saying? Then they're gonna bring back the NFL, and niggas is gonna fall off, and ain't nobody gonna be talking about nothing. It's gonna be the same old same.
Yeah,
Hey,
rock
did
back
you
to
hear
know
how
what
the
I'm saying?
NBA? Did you hear what the
Back
NBA is about to
brainwash.
do too? Did you hear what the NBA is about to do with the jerseys? They're about to make customized jerseys where niggas don't have to put their name on the back. Now they're gonna put whatever they want, so they could put the Black Lives Matter or whatever. And guess what?
Wow, that
These
was.
shits are gonna
Hold
be
on.
sold. These shits are gonna be sold. You see what I'm saying?
And
So
they
at the
gonna
end
Hold
of the
make
day, they
more
find
money
a
off
way.
it.
real
to-
quick. Let me get this
Exactly.
out real quick, yo. Black Lives Matter. Let's do not rep that shit because they are supporting that. All this shit is about the LGBT trans lives
Yes.
shit.
Yes.
They always keep changing
Soros
the
and all
narrative.
that shit.
If you go on their website, it says that shit on their
The
website.
mission statement. Read
right?
the mission
It
statement.
says that shit in the mission. You gotta read their mission statement. That's what they about.
Yep.
And they co-opting our movement. These some
Mhm.
fuck niggas. They co-opting our movement.
Yep.
They taking the whole black movement and saying, "Oh, this is the same thing that trans are going through
It
right
started
now."
from Ferguson.
This
I
is-
seen it. I'm telling you, this shit is for real.
Fuck that Black Lives Matter shit, yo.
Hold on now. So, that's definitely a crazy statement right there. Them people, man, like just like when they was putting people in cages, man. I wasn't. For
That
them.
ain't got nothing to do. No. That's not what we saying, brother. That's not what we saying, brother.
Hold on, I'll let you
Don't
get
compare. All right, go ahead.
So look, like man, like I don't think we gotta. Like, all right, we can't support Black Lives Matter because they also support some other things at the same time. So in order, like you're right, they gonna try to change the narrative. They gonna try to like distract us from things. But the way the government works, it works like a business. You gotta have at the table in order to even be able to discuss the things that you got. Right now, we don't.
No, but hold on, Trey.
Trey,
See
hold
the
on,
whole
hold on,
situation.
Trey.
Hold on, Jeezy. Hold on,
God damn.
Jeezy. Check
Y'all
out,
don't
Trey.
understand
Check it.
what's going
No,
on right
hold
now.
on. You see the
The
craziest
same,
thing when I
hold on,
speak
the
to
same people,
crackers?
no, the same people that's bombing shit and looting shit and creating these havocs in all around America is the Black Lives Matter motherfuckers. Is the Antifa motherfuckers.
Not really.
That's
Hold on.
what
That's
we
what.
don't understand. That's
Hold
what
on.
you don't understand, brother.
Hold on. Let me
It
interject
ain't the
this
Black
because
Lives Matter. It might be
It is them.
not.
It
No.
is them. It is them.
Hold on. It's not really them. See, this the way they control the narrative. See, the Black Lives Matter movement was built on what the people out there when Ferguson was doing when Mike Brown got killed. Because I know some of these people personally. Darren, what's his name? D. Scott got killed. You feel me? Because they started killing these dudes over there in Ferguson. Rest in peace to a whole bunch of them. Because one just got killed like a couple of weeks ago. You feel
The
me?
two women that created Black Lives Matter are not even from America.
No, it's three chicks. It's three chicks.
And it's ran by white. Come on, man.
Hold on. See, the craziest thing what it is now, you know that, right, Jeezy? Jeezy knows that, right, Trey?
Right.
Khalid, They know that, right? See, when we actually now go speak to white people, guess what white people are saying to me when I speak to them on social media about Black Lives Matter? They're like, oh no, all lives matter. I'm not lying. No, y'all trolling. I don't even understand. So they hit me with the George Soros controlled Black Lives Matter. And I have to really agree with them because at the end of the day, Black Lives Matter don't represent us. So I have to really educate them on what the whole thing is. I have to bring them back to 2016 to let them know that these people infiltrated it from back then with fucking Nessa, D-Ray, bitch ass from then. You feel me? Cause D-Ray he fuck with the dude from Twitter. You feel me? That's his boyfriend. You see what I'm saying? And that dude D-Ray, he's the one who basically heads the Black Lives Matter movement to a certain degree. Whenever you see, he's the one that speaks. He's like they mouthpiece, and he's a faggot. Flaming faggot. You feel
So let's
me?
do this.
But,
all right, bro.
Let's stick a fork in the tangents real quick and get back to the matters at hand if we don't mind. Because I mean, again, I think everybody's heavily opinionated, and no one seems to really too much care for Black Lives Matter as the general consensus.
No. What I was trying to say is that the white people, when you actually mention it to them now, they're actually bringing up that conversation. So Trey, we gotta, in a way, because it's not saying, and it's not false. It's the real truth. Because at the end of the day, Black Lives Matter. So you have to let them know. I know the mission statement don't represent Black people, but at the end of the day, it's not. They're not the one who control the movement. They may be getting the benefit of the funds because the NFL gave $250 million away. All these corporations are giving money away. They're giving it away to Black Lives Matter, the movement, and they even had recently the other day a dude who just created a Black Lives Matter page on GoFundMe, and the motherfucker was getting money from everybody. You feel me? And then people had to actually, and you know what? You know how the pro.
Look, man, let's stay to the topic at hand, please. Like, let's go back to the topic at hand. The topic at hand is, if we are going after reparations, how do we go after reparations? I'm going back to round robin. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna keep this real short and sweet. Let's go back to round robin style. So if we're looking at reparations, how do we handle reparations? Haas, I'm coming to you, man. How do we actually look at putting together a movement that can bring about reparations, man? What do you say, Derek?
God damn. I don't know if I'm necessarily qualified for that, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's obviously gonna take somebody that's educated legally with legal shit. I mean, I don't know how you go about filing that shit, really. What kind of documents do you come with?
Yeah, I mean, you know,
I don't know what to put on my application, but I'm Black, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, so let's say this then. Since I don't know, let's say this. We need to get some people that's educated in that area, first of all, that know what's going on. We're gonna need some hell of a researchers. We're gonna have to come hot and heavy. Basically, we can hit them with like how lawyers do. You can have these motherfuckers swimming in paper. We gotta come so heavy. We gotta come so heavy that when we go up in that motherfucker, it's gonna be we just overwhelm them with everything we got. We got to go up in that motherfucker heavy. And I don't know all the nuances on what it should be or who the first slave was, and then I don't know. I don't know how to approach that shit. I don't know, man. That's a big debt they owe, bro. That shit huge. So first of all, we need some motherfuckers that know that law. We're gonna need some Moors up in there, bro.
Facts.
The Moors gonna have to kind of lead that angle. And you know what I'm saying? It would be good to have the Nation of Islam there to protect them from a security standpoint. See, this could be where all this shit come together, where everything come together. The Moors hit them with the law, the Fruit of Islam on security. Our sisters gonna have to be on code because motherfuckers is gonna have to camp out. We're gonna need them cooking up some food. It's gonna have to be a whole support system because you don't know what could thwart. Anything could thwart a legal process in the midst of it. We could be thinking we got the upper hand, and all it takes is some radical motherfuckers to do some wild shit, pull it to the side. Just like you said, we got all these things that we thinking about that we trying to do. As soon as goddamn football and all that shit come back, niggas gonna be right back to sleep. So we need to put some people in. The first thing I would say is put some people in place that know that law, that's gonna be able to come in there hot and heavy with the facts. Cause shit, I wouldn't even know how to start. I don't even know I wouldn't know where to start with that. I ain't gonna even perpetrate the fraud like I know. But that's where I would start. Get some people that know what the fuck they talking about with the law and be ready to go at these crackers. They hit them heavy with a lot of paperwork, drown their ass in that shit to where they gotta goddamn give these motherfuckers their money. I don't know what the fuck. Hit them like that, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it.
Nah, your answer was the answer I was looking for though, brother. I appreciate that, man. That was from the heart. Appreciate that. Yo, Dirty.
Yes, sir.
If we going after the check, man, what the movement look like in your opinion, man? What's that look like?
I couldn't answer that either. Definitely gotta have it together as a movement, as one movement. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen, whenever they made the post up there about, whenever I seen the post about them going after reparation or whatever, how is that going to benefit everybody? Is they just, is it a small group that's entitled to it? You know what I'm saying? Who is we all entitled to it, or who are they fighting for? You feel me? And we don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like I see back the unity thing, man. You know, us as working as a unit, and I ain't see it work yet, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't see that out in a long time, man. So it's gonna be a heavy one there, bro. I'm gonna have my reparations every day, though. You feel me? That's what I'm doing. Every day I wake up, I'm going to try to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Make it better than. And really, I'm not waiting on anybody else. You know, give me no handouts. First and foremost, I definitely got a pat in the universe. I'm not looking for no handouts and no reparations from nobody. Because I'm going to get up every day and go make my own way.
Blessings. Blessings.
Yeah.
Yo, Jeezy G. Yo, man, what it look like, man?
Unmute me, nigga.
You are speaking now, brother.
Here we go. We on. Talk to me.
So when it comes to going after reparations seriously, man, like what does that need to look like? Like how do we go after our reparations?
I was about to say something crazy just now, but nah, man. How do we go after it? Like, explain. Can you explain a little further, a little deeper what you're saying, brother?
Like, okay, so if you were put in charge to start the movement for Black people to get their reparations, what does that look like?
Okay. I say, R.I.P. our great brother, Johnny Cochran. I believe if he wasn't assassinated too early, Black people would have had reparations by now. But that brother was going after reparations, and he was gonna get it. Because Johnny never lost a case. Brilliant brother. What a brilliant brother we had, Johnny Cochran, man. I would approach it as he was going to approach it. I would stack up files of evidence and research over years and approach whatever court that we need to approach, whatever Supreme Courts to present our case for reparations. And I think we have a very, very strong case. I would argue the strongest out of anybody. Who can present such a case as us? Who can present such a case as us?
Gotcha. Nah, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate that, G. Trey, on you, brother. How do you think we should go about pursuing reparations?
Man, so I think I'm the fault for the last tangent.
You good. It has to happen.
Because I think that we got to be united. And that's when we start talking about the Black Lives Matter thing. And for me, that's the best thing that's united us so far as to date. I think that we all got to be on the same page. I think that we got to have, like I said, somebody that has an actual seat at the table that can actually do things for us. Like right now, and like people say that it don't matter who the president is. The president ain't never did nothing for me. Donald Trump pushing people through to be judges. So if it's his people that's on the that's on the court, that's on the bench, and we talking to them, man, they not giving us no money. They don't care nothing about black people. They're not about to give us no money. I said at this point right now, we talk out the kindness of our heart, out the kindness of their heart, and we negotiating from a position of weakness. We got to put people in power that can actually make things happen. We out here asking for stuff. Dirty said he not asking for nothing. He not asking for he out here going to get his reparations, but that's not exactly what reparations is. Because what reparations is repayment, repairing the harm that they did before. You out here grinding and you getting yours, and that's respected. But that's not the same thing as reparations. In order for us to get reparations, we got to make sure that we have somebody that has a seat at the table, that can negotiate, talk to these people, that can say like, or even more so than that, since we united, so we need to. I'm sorry, I said it out of order. We need to unite first. We need to unite, and we need to make it so that the country can't exist without black people. So we start if all these Black Wall Street started popping up everywhere, and all of a sudden it was like, dang man, like you like our economy is stumbling. Like we need y'all, spend y'all money with us, please help us. It's like, all right, yeah, we'll come back, but you gonna have to print this check first, run us them funds, and in order for us to be able to get to a place like that, we need to make sure we're united so that we can get the communities together. And then we need to have a leader that can stand up and tell them like, all right, this is what we did. This is why we did it. And this is why this is the only way we coming back. Because we good. You see, we good. Y'all the ones struggling. And that's how we will be able to get our reparations. It gotta be but once again, it gotta be a strong leader. It gotta be somebody that's powerful enough, that's respected enough, that's like the W.E.B. Du Bois's, the Martin Luther King's, the Malcolm X's, the Huey Newtons that can start a movement and put us in a pathway that's like all of a sudden like, dang, yo, like we own this train and we moving to where we want to be at. And I don't see that coming around as of right now, and that's our problem.
Blessings. Dre, if you were tasked to start the reparations movement, brother, how would you go about it?
Yo, I know the question already. Check it out. I've been waiting, bro. Nah, let me stop. To add on to what everybody was saying, cause Hassan started off perfectly what he said. We really not qualified to really say that, really to even start this conversation. Well, not to start. We could start the conversation, but we're not really qualified to really finish the whole thing. See what I'm saying? Because it's legal situations that we would really have to put into play to really make the thing work, tangible stuff. You see what I'm saying? Claude Anderson speaks about this in buying your politicians, you see what I'm saying, and buying your vote, you see what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But to add on to what Jeezy was saying too, because I was gonna bring this up, and it's even to what you said earlier when Bob Johnson came up with a number, because that's what the brother was trying to come up with when they killed him. You see what I'm saying? He died of a brain aneurysm. Boom. So in reality, the whole thing about what it is, what we need to deal with, how about we need to go about it, it's really like the unity is there already in reality, because people are unified outside in the street right now. So that's the misnomer that they keep pushing on us, Trey, to make us think that we're not unified. You feel me? That's the misnomer, because right now we on this phone conversation, even though we might not all agree to the thing, because we're all different, we all individuals, we all got our opinion, so all strongly opinion too. So at the end of the day, we're unified in just trying to even come up with a collective idea for it. So, and in the sense of us thinking like this, we could imagine that there's other people thinking like this, because we cannot be so vain to think we're the only people thinking like this. There's other people that have power that are actually thinking like this. That's why Bob Johnson sold us out with BET and everything, but actually came back with a tangible situation. We need reparations. That's why them people out there fighting. He good. Bob Johnson got hotels popping up, you know what I'm saying, in different spots. He ain't worried about main thing. You feel me? But at the end of the day, he remember what happened with this situation. He's black. or whatever you want to call it, more whatever. You see what I'm saying? So in that sense, he sees that we got a number, and how we gonna go about it. Got to go about it with the right way. You see what I'm saying? And that's through the system. Even though we know the system is not really for us, it's against us. But at the end of the day, we just got to work with it within those confines. You see what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I think we need this because you remember, Khalid, when we first even started talking about the more stuff. When I linked up with you, we need a banking system. So at the end of the day, I think if we would have a banking system not run by the FDIC or anything like that, that would be a tangible solution for us to be able to have our funds where they wouldn't be able to, try to misappropriate it or be able to get into it through any kind of, backdoor situations. You know what I'm saying? If we have our own banking situation set up with that economy in first, the stipulations that go about with the financial education, you see what I'm saying, and how people be able to spend their money, it's different, it's levels to it. So at the end of the day, that's just my little part to it. But I got so much more, but that's just it right now.
Nah, I got you. This is gonna definitely be a 2-part session. I'm about to open it up for the last question of the night, man. Let everybody chime in on this one. It's I'm gonna make sure everybody's unmuted real quick before I ask the question. So real quick, the piece that I think everybody said, which is really heavy, man, it's like we've been in a position in this country, we've been down so long, we have to actually be taught how to fight against the system. That's deep.
Mm-hmm.
And you need resources to kind of help you fight against the system.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the boycotts in Selma, you look at the boycotts that happened even before Selma, which were in South Carolina first. The first public bus system to be boycotted by people of color actually happened in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the ways that they were able to force the hand, wasn't a lot of lawyers, wasn't a lot of education. It just hit them where it hurt, hit them in the pockets.
Mm-hmm.
And to everybody's point, it was a togetherness thing. It wasn't all black people, but it was enough.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at it, economics always controls change. It always will. It always has.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we make it expensive enough for these people to go, you know what, we can't afford not to give them reparations?
Bruh, if you look at it right now, right?
Spending our money with
Isn't that why all these corporations are kissing our ass right now?
Mm-hmm. Pandering to the community.
Everybody's pandering to the black community right now. I'm talking about, boy,
so
if you want a job, you better go apply right now.
Yeah,
you gotta understand they're not doing that for our own good. They're only doing that for their own good, though.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
PR. That's
they
PR.
That's
That's PR.
Right.
That's PR all day. Public relations.
And I mean, the flip side is, who the hell doesn't act in their own best interest? I mean,
Of course, that's right. That's right.
If it's in your best benefit to have me as a patron in your business, you're gonna play urban music. You're gonna make sure that your billboards are black. You're gonna make sure I feel invited, and that when I come spend my money in your establishment, I feel like, okay, I spent my money almost in a black establishment. Even now, I've seen more black people on commercials I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, damn, how the hell they
So hold on, Khalid. To this point, do you think the financial money that people spend on the Black Friday, now that people are getting these checks, the unemployment checks and stuff like that, do you think that people are actually spending that money back into the, into those industries again?
Giving it right back to them.
The honest answer is no. I think that you had a certain group of people that looked at like the Juneteenth celebration. They went out and found black businesses to spend their money with.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at it, one day of black people not buying from institutions is not enough to cripple them. I mean, in the 1960s, the bus system, you know how long that lasts?
I think it was a week or a month, or week or 2 weeks, right?
was a year.
A
It was a
year,
year?
bro.
God damn, my fault.
They had
You
to
shut the hell
boycott
up.
him for one whole year. 365
Was that
continuous
that was
days.
South Carolina? That was South Carolina or Tennessee?
This is Alabama. This is
Oh,
Montgomery.
Alabama. Oh, Montgomery. Okay.
That lasted a year, man. So that's kind of my answer to you, Dre. Like, yeah, I could choose to spend my money with a black business for one day, and that influx of money really helped that business for that day.
Mm-hmm.
But for the 364 days, you know, that I
Mhm.
spend my money with people who don't look like that, I've done more harm to that black business.
Hold on, I'm on the call.
Mm-hmm.
I said, we'll get you one, baby. I'm on the call right now.
So for me,
All right.
I'm looking at the Black Friday thing. Because you brought up Black Friday, and we talked about, oh, we're not gonna spend this money on Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
black people want to buy something on Black Friday and they don't buy it on
No,
Black
we're gonna look for one
Friday,
tomorrow.
on a different day, and that money's still gonna go back into the economy. Also, with the stimulus money that we got, the question was, is that money going into the same systems that are that gave us the money? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
those are the systems that run the country. So, like, if you paying rent and the money was spent giving you to pay rent, then you giving it to a white person, or you giving it to somebody that, or you got to pay your electric bill. And white people, you giving that money right back to them, like, because that's what the economy is.
That's what the economy built for.
Right, the economy is built on like white people running the stuff, and until we got our own, it's not going to ever be enough time where we saying like, oh man, like it's too expensive for them to not give us our money, this is what I said before. If it's never a situation where we're able to exist on our own, because as Khaled said, it took 365 days for them to realize, like, dang, yo, we gonna start letting black people sit in the front of the bus because I can't do this another 365 days. They looked at their fiscal, they
Well, Trey, here's what I want to say to that, though, brother. You didn't beat all the slaves that you had in front of the rest of the slaves, right? You didn't just take them up and line them up and beat one, then drag another and beat another and drag another and beat another and drag another. You didn't do that. You didn't daisy chain your whippings. What you did is you grabbed the biggest, strongest, most intimidating slave and you punked him in front of everybody else. So for me, if I'm looking at it, I would go after the financial institutions on my boycott. Like I wouldn't bank my money anymore with a bank that wasn't black. I wouldn't.
The whole FDIC.
I wouldn't participate in any financial systems that wasn't black. I wouldn't use Cash App. I wouldn't use none of that. Like I would take my cash and make sure my money went to build up black-owned institutions financially. And I would invest any investments that I had, and my IRA wasn't run by a black-owned portfolio manager. I'd pull it out and put it with I would attack the banking system if I was going to do a full-scale boycott in America nowadays. Because,
bro, you remember what they had 2 years ago with the bank when they had that tweet that came out? Probably was 2 years ago or probably 3 years ago when they was trying to talk about how people take their money out and put it into the black bank. You remember that? That's sort of something like what you're saying right there, and that's tangible. That's tangible.
The hard part about that is we just talked about how black people don't trust banks. Or black people
I just said that.
or we talk about how black people don't trust a lot of things with their money.
Mm-hmm.
Black bank that's not FDIC insured, then if something happens, that bank will belly up, and your $200,000 protection from the FDIC is no longer a thing at that black bank.
That's what happened with Garvey back in the day with the stocks, with the black.
They used to take our money.
So you
take
have
black people's money in the bank. That's why we don't trust them.
I mean, you have black-owned financial institutions, you have black-owned hedge funds, you have black-owned firms that actually need the dollars and need the deposits to be able to lend more money. They need your money to be able to invest more money. You can actually help build up a black institution in 3 to 4 months to the size to where they can actually do tangible things for the community. But most of those institutions are actually struggling because we're choosing to bank with Bank of America, not because they're a better bank, because they have convenient ATMs. We can actually pull our money out and spend it fast.
We're not united. That's my whole point.
But here's the thing, though. It wasn't everybody. You don't need everybody.
You don't.
It don't gotta be everybody, but it need to be. But that's what I said. It need to be a leader. Everybody didn't like the Black Panthers. Everybody didn't like Malcolm X and the Nation of Islam. Everybody ain't follow Martin Luther King. But we had an entity in those movements that we could have made stuff happen. So that's why I said we just need a leader. We need somebody to come stand up right now that got the ear of everybody or the ear of enough people that we can make this thing happen. Just like I said last week, once the dominoes start falling, like, oh, this is a real thing. Then we'll start. Like I said, the dominoes will start falling. We'll see that, man. This is possible. This is plausible, and this is the right thing to do.
Trey, we actually got those people though. We got influencers out there that do that have, you know.
I don't know.
Shoot, we got the pills. They got the group that they call the what they call the shifters. They got hundreds of almost millions of followers, all collective. You see what I'm saying? All of them together.
Are they pushing the button? Are they telling them to put their money where their mouth is?
Yeah, like right now they linked up with Jay Morrison, who I've been wanting them to link up with. So they just linked up with Jay Morrison, and they were supposed to trying to buy a whole little town. You see what I'm saying? Because Jay Morrison he's a financial dude, you know, dealing with the whole real estate stuff and everything. So he's trying to. They got people out there that's actually doing it. They got they're doing it on the small level, on the ground. You know what I'm saying? It just needs to get bigger.
But this is the thing though. When you look at Malcolm X, when you look at Martin Luther King, when you look at Elijah, look at any great leader. They invested 10 years consistently grinding in the industry. Martin Luther King was a nobody. I mean, he was a guy that other preachers were afraid of for being a radical. But he went out to the youth, put them together, and said, you know what? My message is not for me, it's for you. You guys are the future. And he took a small subset of people and grew into a national hero. So, I mean, all leaders are born by just consistently grinding toward the goal that they're trying to achieve.
That's true.
And I'm telling you, Malcolm X.
That's true.
Before he was, you know, went from Malcolm Little to Malcolm X. For Martin Luther King, it was Vernon Johns, and then another 10 years before he became Martin Luther King Jr. And you know, so I mean, these guys put their 10,000 hours in their grind and their craft, and they became, you know, great leaders through having great people around them. So I want to say that, you know, for us, you know what I'm saying, anybody on this call can lead a movement right now to create change. It's going to be consistent time invested doing what we're doing, sharing our voices, sharing our ideas, and moving forward. Because leaders are not born, they're created. You know, that's
they're built. They're built for real.
That's my question. It's been 10 years. Who is that person for us right now?
Like, I mean, if you don't know them, then it ain't 10 years.
I really don't think we need a leader.
That's with me too, Jeezy.
I think we need everybody on the same code.
How do you get that?
It's like white people don't have a leader. Nobody has a leader. Everybody is staying on the same code.
How will we get that without a leader? Who's going to do this?
You get that with a mandate.
Everybody gotta lead themselves. We gotta lead ourselves by that mandate. For real, that's true. We gotta
on this call, and we're not even
like just like everybody knows right from wrong.
Hold on, what you said again, Trader? I want to hear that. That sounds like it's pertinent right there. What you said a while ago?
I said 6 of us on this call, and we not going in the same direction. And we all thought seekers. We all trying to like find a solution to this problem without a leader.
But if
we all decided, like, you know what, man, this is the direction we gonna go, then damn right, that's some shit about to happen. But we all pulling in 6 different directions, and the knot is staying in the exact same. Because we all strong individuals pulling in that same direction. And ain't no
a lot of us. Trey, a lot of us are not pulling in different directions. But if we sit down, imagine if we sit down and put something on paper that was saying, all right, this is what it is. I think we'll be on code, all of us will be on code with that.
Right. But then that would be us being the leaders to disseminate that information though. So then we would be
all right. Well, it ain't about leaders though. It's just about getting the information
y'all both saying the same thing. Y'all both saying the same thing.
It's like word of mouth. Once the information get out there, it's out there.
It got to come from somebody.
It's a meme. See this.
But we ain't got to be no leaders though.
No. Hold on, Jeezy. What Trey's saying is like he's saying it's a meme, so it's an idea. Just like what you're saying, it's a mandate. So in a sense, we need that meme to be out there because we got the whole misconception of what a meme is. We think it's a fucking picture when a meme is an idea. You feel me? It lives on even though the person that built
this is what I'm saying. It's enough. It's so much information. People needed a leader when it wasn't no information out here. When Malcolm X and Martin Luther King was out here talking what they was talking, they had information that nobody else had.
That's
You
true.
understand what I'm saying? Everybody has the information already. We don't need nobody to lead. We need people to understand.
That's the problem.
But you know what? To add on to what y'all saying, because I'm like, I was watching something the other day with the people at the protest, and they were saying, "Who's your leader?" And you know what the people at the protest saying, Trey?
We don't got one.
We don't need no leader. Everybody's a leader.
Yeah, but
See what I'm saying? Because in reality, because you know why? Because they killed the leaders.
Real quick. Let me
Go ahead,
chime in.
Khalid.
Let me chime in on this, please. You know, in the society that we live in, polarizing figures, a T.D. Jakes, a Steve Harvey, to me, people have to have a leader. Not everybody, no, that's not true, but the masses do. If you look at Adolf Hitler, if you look at Billy Graham, if you look at Donald Trump, I mean, you can say whatever you want to say about these men that I just mentioned, as much as hateful or as angry as you feel about them. They led international movements. And because they were polarizing figures, because they were able to pull people together under one thought process, they were able to create worldwide change, whether it be good or bad. So not every individual on the planet Earth needs a leader, but for the masses to move in one direction, there does have to be somebody that's able to polarize enough people.
That's why I say they're saying the same thing.
The masses ain't never been good for nothing. If y'all ever think the masses been good for something, you're wrong. The masses always been good for disease and dying. The masses of people are not gonna hold on. The masses of people are not going to get along and move in one direction. They're always gonna be confused. You understand what I'm saying?
Not to that sense. Not to that sense. Not to that sense. Go ahead, though, Trey.
When I'm saying masses, I'm not looking for everybody. I'm just looking for enough. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
If you look at the Nation of Islam, that's not most people. It's not at all. It's a
mass though.
It's a mass in itself. It's enough. You know, you look at the Black Panther Party. That wasn't wasn't that many people, but it was enough people.
Look at the UNIA when it started. It started small, but it grew. It grew to different chapters in different places.
That's what I mean by the masses of people. Like, people do want a leader. People do want to be able to follow somebody, because not everybody wants
that shit. Don't work, man. A leader. Every time you get a leader, what happens? You find out that he's not perfect. As soon as the people find out that he's not perfect, then he's a fucking. Then he's. You see what I'm saying? He's a terror.
No, but Trey, you see what he's saying. You see what he's saying, though, Trey. It's not. We're not disagreeing, because it's true to a certain extent. People, it's just like this whole thing about trust. People put their money in. They trust in money, and they won't. You see what I'm saying? So they won't trust a leader. It's similar to that sense.
Some people won't trust a leader, but if so we take all those people that don't trust a leader out, and we put all the people that do trust a leader
exactly
together and put them.
That's what we saying that.
So that just means Jeezy not one of the people that's gonna trust a leader, so he's not gonna be a part of that movement, and that's okay. But there are that do trust a leader, that are looking for a leader, that are looking for direction, that are saying, like, what are the deliverables? What are we doing next? How are we gonna make our movement continue?
Right.
Those are the people that are looking for leaders. That's why we need a leader, in order to unite us and tell those people that are looking for things. Because Jeezy's not looking for somebody to tell him something. We can live by.
We already had leaders. Jeezy's trying to say that we already had leaders. We saw how that ended. You see what I'm saying? We need to try something new. We need to try something different. People need to start leading themselves.
Hold on,
Everybody
Trey.
needs to be a leader.
Trey, at the end of the day, we all 6 individuals right now. We all leaders in our individual rights, but we come together. It's like Voltron. Voltron, they all were their individual parts. You see what I'm saying? And they did what they did. But when they come together, they unite. They were stronger. So at the end of the day, it's not even saying that we need a leader. We just need to unify under a cause. Like you were saying with the whole, it's just like what you're saying with the whole BLM situation. See, we don't agree with it totally because of where it comes from, but we understand that. So we're gonna go along with it, even though we don't totally agree with it. You see what I'm saying?
It sounds like, Jay, let me get in here.
Go ahead, Hassan.
It sounds like it's both things going on at the same time. contradiction gonna be the order of the day. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna have their own ideas and shit. So it's kind of like the way the analogy that come to mind is like you got like the moral science temple, and then you got Great Seal.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? Trey is right. Some of these niggas need a leader. That's all. That's all that
That's
is.
facts. I
But
know
then,
that. Yep.
But then
Jeezy.
yeah, Jeezy, yeah. Jeezy on the Jeezy. Shit, I'm on the culture, so I already know what you talking about, bro. You got to do
There
your
we go.
motherfucking thing to a
There we
certain
go.
degree, and can't nobody, you know what I'm saying? But it's both things going on at the same time because you're gonna have people that's on different levels. You're gonna have people
Right.
that they can't even, they probably can't even, they were so mind control. That whole leader savior complex come from the structure of they system.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody need to do, you know what I'm saying?
That whole religious system.
When you go through the system and you learn that you the power, then you can activate this other shit and get on your script and do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we know that we wise. So you got 360 and 720. It's both situations going on at the same time. So if we talking about getting some money out of their system and all this other shit like that, then yeah, Trey is saying, look, it's gonna have to be it's gonna have to go down a certain way. We both all agree that with the law, it's all gonna have to go down a certain kind of a way. But then it's like you got the other side. It's like, yo, I'm gonna go and do what I got to do and get what I got to get regardless. You gotta have that. So we don't need to keep spinning our wheels with that. It's both of these dynamics going on at the same time. So we got to look at. I don't know. Now saying that, I don't know who the fuck the leader, this leader person nigga supposed to be.
That's what I'm about to say. It's no leader that they can present to us.
But I can see where it's somebody gonna have to step up and do something if it's coming to the subject of reparations. But I don't need nobody. I don't want a nigga to lead me to the goddamn kitchen. You ain't gotta lead me to do shit because I got these little motherfuckers running around worrying about what the fuck I'm gonna do for their little asses. So I got my own problem to worry about. But we all know that. I'm just being silly. But the point is that yo, shit, I don't know who the fuck that person's supposed to be, but I get it. If we talking about a legal case, we do need to figure out who the right motherfucker for the job. Because if we talking about their system, it's gonna have to play into their system ways.
Yep.
If not, then
all of us
we
can't
talking
show up
about.
and
Because
talk.
if we trying to extract the money to do what we want to do, we on this side we want to do what we want to do with it. But if we talking about funneling through something or whatever, you still asking, you still, you know what I'm saying, in a sense, but it's a dynamic because we talking reparations. It's like that's why this shit is so messy the way it is. You feel me? Because it's like I ain't really big on begging this white man for, you know what I'm saying? I'm already in the system using this money. But if we talking about trying to hit a nigga with a bag for some shit y'all owe us all of the bags, nigga. Like if we would, this shit go beyond some motherfucking reparations. Let's just be fucking men about this shit.
Facts.
It's gonna rise and rise. It's gonna get to the point where what the fuck is we gonna do? Is we gonna take this shit back, or what the fuck is we gonna do?
Hey, to summarize,
that's what it's really leading to.
We got it.
That's what it's really leading to. Because
in order to take something back, we can't be poking. We can't
right
poke
now. Now we got to be strategic. Now I don't know everything. I ain't saying it, but I read energy. You feel me? And I'm looking at what's going on. And so this shit get to bigger shit, and it get to that level of the talk where nigga do what you gotta do type shit like Jeezy on. You feel me? You know, can't nobody lead you to that. You gotta stand and live in that in your power. But
I don't agree with
we're talking about a collective situation, getting the collective money where there's a dynamic of, like you said, like I said, like you got a great seal motherfucker that know the inner workers and know that I got to do my own thing. But then you still got the main body of people that ain't on that level. So
facts.
How we gonna? It's both shits going on at the same time, fellas. I just want to add that. And yo, Trey, you on it, and Jeezy, you on it. So it's like I can see it's a dynamic.
Hey Hassan, that's why I'm trying to put a symbol to it. You know how the Olympic symbol look, where it got its circle within the circle, and that little part that look like the womb. You know what I'm saying? That's
I don't know where we're going.
We need to be right. That's what we need. See, one circle is the people that don't want to that need a leader, and then one circle is the circle that need a leader. So the people them in between those two circles, that's where we fall in. We know that certain people gonna need a leader, and we know certain people don't really want a leader. It's the people that be able to bridge the gap between. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is. Because at the end of the day, if you can't find common ground, it's the people that could find common ground and the relatable things to both parties. You see what I'm saying?
We probably need some more women on the call too.
Of course.
Think like that.
Of course.
Shit out.
Of course.
That's something that we will be doing in the future, man. But I'm glad we had this conversation, and we'll pick it up here next one because I think a lot of times I was definitely on the science of, you know, each one lead themselves, and then I started studying history more, and I go, I ain't never been in a temple where there was 10 pharaohs. I ain't never been into a voodoo meeting where there was 18 priests and one, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
All of them was chanting. I've never been into
when you trying to do some shit that ain't been done,
people.
ain't never no manual for it.
No. But my point was this: I've never been into. No. I'm not trying to change the narrative. It was just that I've never.
Go ahead, Khalid. I know what you're saying. Go ahead, bro.
I've never seen a movement go forward or a continuous body of people make it without that person. That one representative being the spokesperson. The guy you can just blame for all the shit to go wrong.
That's true.
Or being that figure that people can associate, like, okay, when he comes into the room, these body of people are represented by him, and he's also a member of this particular organization. It's just that level of identification.
That's true.
That's true. Mindset. Okay, when Farrakhan walk in the room, I know everything that's about to happen. If Trump walks in the room, I know everything that's behind him. You know what I'm saying? So it's just always that one person that gives you the body of what's being done, and not necessarily pointing the finger and say, hey, you do this, you do that, maybe not. But it's giving people that one central to help you represent what's going on. So it's not 90 niggas.
It's the symbol of a leader. It ain't necessarily.
It's a symbol.
Hey, Khalid, you remember what you was even saying with the representatives in the state where we at? We like when we do our local votes, it's those representatives. That's what that symbol is. So the representative of the collective. You see what I'm saying?
I think it's both though, because like I said, like what movement is gonna be stronger? A movement of just a bunch of individuals or a united group of people that are underneath something. Like if everybody within that movement is on the same page.
I get you. Yep, I get you, Trey. I get you. I know what you're saying, brother.
and again,
because
I feel like I know a little something about what I'm talking about. I don't want somebody that just got randomly pulled out of the crowd saying that they the leader of this protest. They started saying some BS that I don't agree with. Like I want that the person that's gonna go up there and talk gonna be actually saying the stuff that we actually talking about. I don't want somebody to go up there and be like, oh man, like so we marching because you know we want an extra 50 cents on our paycheck. I'm like, that ain't what I'm out here for, bro. Hold up, dog.
You don't represent me.
What happened?
I think that's what happened. The importance of being able to have that you know what I'm saying? That's the importance of being able to kind of have that centralized figure between you and your collective. Because I mean,
that unity voice.
You look at Vietnam, and you know, Vietnam was guerrilla warfare. It was, hey, if Malcolm died, you step up, you the next Malcolm. If Farrakhan passed, well, you the next Farrakhan. I mean, it was a line of people who always be able to step up and move forward. But that is situational leadership. That's because the person who's best defined for that role is going to take that role. That's something that I think even as, you know, people now, that's something that we haven't agreed upon. I mean, it hurt when you lost to Malcolm. It hurt when you lost to Martin. And no one has ever been like, nah, I'm not really willing to put the lives of me and my family in that position to do that again.
That's why they traumatized us with that, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Traumatized.
Yep.
That's in your DNA. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see another great one die.
Exactly. That's what it is.
You take your biggest and baddest slave and pump him in front of everybody. You said it. And that's what they did. They done got us there. They shot Malcolm. I mean, they shot Martin. They said now they got the documentary about like who really killed Malcolm X. They classified the Black Panther Party as a terrorist organization. Who was infiltrating them and trying to get them turned out. Like they took our biggest and baddest and punked them in front of everybody. Now everybody was like, man, I don't know about going out there and doing that.
That's why them young boys that's why them young boys like fuck that, and they gonna burn out the goddamn precinct. Because they got our receipts.
Facts. So
They wore the mohawk with Puff and tried to vote or die. That shit ain't work. Obama, that made us feel good. That made us feel real good.
And it made niggas even angrier now.
Didn't really do shit. Like Obama, you know what I remember? Didn't with Trayvon shit, one of the under Obama's
Yeah.
That nigga what was that? Florida, Georgia?
Florida.
That's Florida.
He didn't even blow up the governor. He ain't even he ain't check nothing. He ain't roll down there. But niggas in the NBA got the shirt he ain't pull up. He black. He supposed to pull up and be like, hey, what up? I don't remember seeing.
You remember the Attorney General? You remember the Attorney General? Was it Holder?
Circuits at them Jewish ceremonies all around everywhere, sitting down right with, you know what I'm saying? I remember that shit. So I just wanted to burst in. One more thing I thought I wrote down is the reparation shit. Whatever we do, okay, we want to do some positive shit. But look, we gotta not forget the nigga industry. Like, I like my little Heinekens. Why can't I have a black brewery out this motherfucker? You feel me? Like, and we smart and we know what niggas gonna do and where the money
exactly.
Gonna go back. Cause we can't take that part from us. Like, on one hand, yeah, I want to be a better man, but there's aspects of my nigger shit that have saved my motherfucking life, and I'm gonna be real. And it's really some niggas in the slums that I can trust more than a lot of these motherfuckers that's supposed to know a whole bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's enough people. I'm
just gonna be real. I'm just gonna be real.
Enough people that'll feel that though. So
we can attack. I want to say this. We can attack the nigga industries. Don't forget those.
Oh, I ain't gonna.
Our own niggas
that's gonna naturally take care of itself.
We need to get niggas that
out here that like beer.
Look. If we gotta do it, if we gotta buy the big machines off these motherfuckers before we switch it over, then that's what we gotta do. But let's get the machine that make the t-shirts, cause we still ain't. We'll get a shirt, an idea, and print the motherfucker, but the machine that make this motherfucker, this shit on here, we need to take them machines so then we can really have our own. We need to think like that, yo.
Textile industry.
We gotta get a Chinese part or whatever. Let's get 2 or 3 of them bitches. Use 2 of them to make them, and one of them we take that bitch apart and learn this motherfucker. I'm sorry. That's how I. You know what I'm
saying? So we're gonna table it right here for the night, man, because I knew this was gonna end up being a 2-part session.
I'm on my second.
Yeah, I knew this was gonna be a 2-part session. So we're gonna table it here for the night, fellas, man. We're gonna pick this up next week, man. Same time, same place, man. Appreciate everybody for coming on.
You already know.
All right, y'all. Bless.
Easy.